Yes, good morning, children. Now again we are ready to take our new topic of chapter ray optics. In our last module, we have seen reflection of light. Now today we are going to see refraction of light, that is refraction of light. Dear children, the bending of, what do you mean by refraction of light? The bending of light ray from its path in passing from one medium to the other medium. The bending of light, ray from its path, light ray from its path in passing from one medium to the other medium is called reflection of light. Is that clear? So dear children, I can say here the bending of light rays from one path in passing from one medium to the other medium is called refraction of light. Now we are going to see here if the refracted ray bends towards the normal. Suppose here is our axis, here is the normal. A ray is coming, say the incident ray is coming like this. Here is a normal. Say the incident ray AO comes. Suppose this is our rarer medium, it means the particles are far apart from each other. Here is the denser medium in which the particles are closely attached. When the incident ray coming from rarer medium to the denser medium, it will bend towards the normal, say along OB. Similar, in another case, suppose this is our axis, this is our normal. Here is the ray, incident ray, say AO, coming from denser medium to the rarer medium. This is the rarer medium that will bend away from the normal like this. Here it is the angle of incidence, here is the angle of reflection. Here it is the angle of incidence and here is the angle of reflection. So what we are observing, dear children, here, when the ray is coming from rarer medium to the denser medium, it will bend towards the normal. And when it is going from denser medium to the rarer medium, we can say it is away from the normal. Is that clear? So now, dear children, write down here the angle I is greater than to that of angle R. Here angle I is less than to that of angle R. These are the observations we can see easily. So according to this activity, it's a very small activity. You can perform at your home also. And with the help of this activity, I can write the laws of refraction. Laws of refraction I am going to see here. So write down laws of refraction. Laws of refraction. Laws of refraction. The first law is for any two media and for light of a given wavelength, the ratio of a sine of angle of incidence to that of sine of angle of reflection, that is, we can say, is a constant quantity, that is sine of I upon sine of r is equal to constant. It is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to that of sine of angle of refraction. Sorry, earlier I think that I spoke a reflection, not reflection. Refraction is there, is a constant. So dear children, you can see here, this is the first law of refraction. The sine of angle of incidence to that of sine of angle of refraction is a constant. And second one is, this is also called Snell's law. Write down. This is also called a Snell's law. It is clear? So dear children, the second one is the incident ray, the refracted ray and normal. Incident ray, refracted ray and the normal at the incident point all lie in the same plane. Is that clear? We know very well here. Again you can see, here is the incident ray, here is the refracted ray, and this is the normal. This is the point of incidence. At the incident point, this all lie in the same plane. This is the second law of refraction. Write down, dear children. So I can say the refractive index, I can say here, the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium. Refractive index, suppose here is our first medium, here is our second medium. So refractive index of second medium with respect to 1, that is equal to refractive index of second medium, this is the refractive index of first medium. So I can write here, it is the ratio of refractive index of second medium to that of refractive index of first medium. Write down. Now, what do you mean by absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index of medium. I may call either n or mu. That is equal to velocity of light in vacuum divided by velocity of light in medium. Velocity of light in vacuum divided by velocity of light in medium, that is C by V. I can write this is equal to sin I upon sin R. Sin I upon sin R, and that is equal to mu. Is that clear? Write down, these formulas are very important in this chapter. Again I am repeating, refractive index of second medium with respect to 1, is equal to the refractive index of second medium to that of refractive index of first medium. Absolute refractive index of the medium, that we may call either n or mu, that is equal to velocity of light in vacuum divided by velocity of light in medium. Is that clear? Now, one more thing I am explaining here, dear children. Hope you are getting enjoy. If you will come together to me with my each module, then definitely you will get enjoy. If the absolute refractive index of medium 1 and 2, if the absolute refractive index of medium 1 and medium 2 is mu1 and mu2 respectively. Suppose here is the medium 1, here is the medium 2, the refractive index is mu1 and mu2. Then the refractive index of medium second with respect to medium 1, that we know, mu21, that is equal to mu12, that is equal to mu2 by mu1, that is equal to, according to the sine law, Snell's law, mu2 by mu1 is equal to sin I upon sin R. यहाँ लिख दीजिए इसको. तो mu2 by mu1 is equal to sin I upon sin R. Here is sin I, here is sin R. It is the angle of incidence. It is the angle of refraction. It's a new formula comes, mu1 sin I is equal to mu2 sin R. This formula we will use in this chapter. Is that clear? You are enjoying? Okay, sir. Yes. We can go? Yes, ahead. Now, dear children, the product of the refractive index and sine of angle of incidence. Important result, write down. The product of refractive index. This is the product of refractive index and sine of angle of incidence. Sine of angle of incidence. Sine of angle of incidence at a point in a medium. At a point in a medium is constant. This rule is a very important rule. Write down here. The product of refractive index and sine of angle of incidence is constant here. So I can write here the refractive index mu12, that is equal to mu2 by mu1. If I want to find out the refractive index of 1 with respect to 2, I can write this. mu12 is equal to mu12 is equal to mu21, like this in this reverse. Now we are going to see another article, that is refraction of light through a rectangular glass slab. Dear children, I hope you all have seen the rectangular glass slab. That is, we are going to see here. What is that? Here you can see that rectangular glass slab is something like this. Here is a rectangular glass slab. We are taking here and we want to see. So what is reflection of light? Refraction of light through a rectangular glass slab. A rectangular glass slab. As I told you just now, here is a rectangular glass slab. You put it like this, and we are going to see here is a rectangular glass slab. Is that clear? Suppose the rectangular glass slab is A, B, C and D. A, B, C, D is a rectangular glass slab. Here we are applying a Snell's law. Here we are applying a Snell's law. Now see. First suppose that this is the normal here. A incident ray, suppose the incident ray KL. Here is a rarer medium, this is the denser medium. Suppose this is the air medium of refractive index mu A. This is the glass medium. This is the glass medium, say of refractive index mu G. When the ray is coming, say with an angle of incidence I1, it is coming from rarer medium to the denser medium, it will bend towards the normal like this and go along LM. Then here is again a normal. The ray goes from glass medium to the air medium. This is air medium. It will bend away from the normal. Here the angle of incidence, here the angle of refraction R1. Say here the angle of incidence is I2 and here the angle of refraction is R2. Draw this. Then let us see what is going on here. Now see children, here if I proceed this ahead like this in this manner and draw a perpendicular from here to here, say this is N dash. Suppose this angle is delta. The thickness, here you can see this is our slab and this is the thickness. It is putting like this in this manner. The incident ray is coming from here. It goes from this medium and emerges out. This is the ray. I can say here, dear children, suppose it is going along K, L, M and this is N. Suppose here is a mirror P. Here it is a mirror P, say. Draw this diagram. Now, here is the refractive index mu A, mu G and again here is mu A. Apply Snell's law at the point L. Here. Apply Snell's law at the point L, that is mu A into sin I1 at L. That is mu into sin I is equal to constant. So here the refractive index is mu A sin I1. Here the refractive index is mu G, angle of refraction is R1. Mu G into sin R1 is equal to constant. Say our equation number 1. So mu A into sin I1 into is equal to mu G into sin R1. Now, what we are getting? Sin of I1 divided by sin of R2, that is equal to mu G divided by mu A. That I can write refractive index of glass with respect to air. Similarly, apply Snell's law at a point M here. Ray going from denser to the rarer medium. Mu G into sin I2. Mu G into sin I2 is equal to mu A into sin R2. Sin R2, this is our equation number 2. I can write here mu A by mu G. Mu A by mu G, that is equal to sin I2 upon sin R2. See that mu A. Dear children, we are getting here two equations. Here, this is mu A by mu G is equal to sine of I2 upon R2. It is clear? This is our equation number 1 and this is our equation number 2 from here. Now, according to the principle of reversibility, the rays are coming from here, then here and then here. It will strike here, then it will retrace the same path. This is called principle of reversibility. What is this? Write down. According to the principle of reversibility. What is that? According to the principle of reversibility. This is according to the principle of reversibility of light, when final path of the ray of light after any number of reflection and reflection, here reflection and refraction is reversed, the ray retraces the entire path. Again it will go P, M, L, K. This is called principle of reversibility. This is called principle of reversibility. So now again see that imagine a plane mirror P held normal to this M, and I can say here it is N. So now write down, imagine a plane mirror P, normal to M, N. You can see here in figure. Normal to the path MN is reversed. According to the principle of reversibility. So for the reverse ray, here again apply Snell's law at M. Apply Snell's law at M. What is that? Who will tell me? Yes sir, I will. Yes sir, I will. So apply here mu A into sine R2. Mu A into sine R2 is equal to mu G into sine I2. Mu G into sine I2. Now, we can write here with the help of this equation, I can write mu G divided by mu A is equal to sine of R2 divided by sine of I2. That is equal to refractive index of glass with respect to air. This is our equation number 3. See that? Is it clear? So now, multiplying our equation number 2 and 3. Multiply our equation number 2 and 3. What is that? See our equation number 2. That is mu A by mu G is equal to sine of I2 upon sine of R2. So multiply it. What we are getting here? So sine of I2 divided by sine of R2 into sine of R2 divided by sine of I2 is equal to refractive index mu A into G into refractive index of glass with respect to air. This is This I can write here. Also, write down here when you are multiplying these two equations, refractive index of air into refractive index of glass. All are cancelled. This is 1. What we are observing here, dear children, we are observing here that refractive index of glass with respect to air is equal to refractive index of air with respect to glass. So again see our equation number 1 and 2. Again see our equation number 1 and 2. What is that? Both are equal. Again see our equation number 1 and 2, that is sine of I1 divided by sine of R1. And this is equal to, but in inverse, reverse side. So I can write sine of R2 divided by sine of I2. This is from our equation number 1 and this is our equation number 1 and 3. Like this. Say this is our equation number 4. This is our equation number 5. You can see easily 1 and 3 are equal. That's why I can write this. Now we can see here from this figure what we are observing. From this figure you can say that I2 is equal to R1. With this figure I can write I2 is equal to R1. This angle and this angle are equal. So sine of I2 is equal to sine of R1. Is it clear? So with the help of this equation 5, put here I2 is equal to R1. I2 is equal to R1. Both are equal. They may cancel out. So sine I2 is equal to sine R1. So from this equation I can write sine of I1 is equal to sine of R2. This and this are equal. R1 is equal to I2. Okay, so this also equal. I can write sine of I1 is equal to sine of R2. So I1 is equal to R2. That is that. This I1 is equal to R2. What does it mean? It means that when the emergent ray Mn, when the emergent ray Mn is parallel to this one, parallel to the incident ray KL. Here is K and here is L. Parallel to the incident ray KL. So obviously the ray is displaced only laterally. This is on suffering two refraction. One is here and another one is here through the glass ray. So this is parallel to each other. This is called lateral displacement. Here we are having two refraction at a point L and M. Okay. So now I am going to find out expression for lateral displacement, that is M and S. So write down expression for lateral displacement. Expression for lateral displacement. Expression for lateral displacement. For M, draw perpendicular M and S. ये KL produced, ये हमने डाला है यहाँ पर. तो ट्रायंगल, see this angle M, L and S. M, L and S. This is called delta. This is the deviation on the first refraction. So in the triangle L, M and S, in the triangle L, M and S, I can write here sine delta. Sine delta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Sine delta is equal to perpendicular, that is M and S, divided by hypotenuse, that is LM. Here. So this is sine delta. So here I got M and S is equal to LM sine of delta. Write down. So this is our equation number 6. This is our equation number 6. Okay. So M and S is equal to LM sine delta. This is our equation number 6. In the triangle L, it is here L. Now draw a perpendicular here, say L dash. In the triangle L, L dash M. In the triangle L, L dash M. L, L dash M. What is cos R1? Base upon hypotenuse. Base is L, L dash. This is base. Upon hypotenuse, LM. LM. This is our LM comes out to be L, L dash divided by cos of R1. L, L dash divided by cos of R1. What is L, L dash? L, L dash, it is the thickness, that is T. L, L dash, that is T. T divided by cos of R1. So Lm comes out to be T divided by cos of R1. So from this our equation number 6, the lateral displacement would be, the lateral displacement would be M and S is equal to LM. LM, here is LM. LM sine delta. Put LM is equal to T upon cos R1. Here. Into sine delta. Here. Delta you can write T upon cos of R1 sine of delta. Here. This is I1, this is full I1. Delta is I1 minus R1. I1 minus R1. This is the formula for the lateral displacement. Is that clear? So you can see here lateral displacement will be maximum when I1 is equal to 90 degree. When I1 is equal to 90 degree, sin 90 minus theta cos theta cancel हो जाएगा, maximum T आएगा. When I1 is equal to 90 degrees, we will get the maximum lateral displacement. Is that clear? So dear children, this is all about today. Today we saw refraction of light and refraction through a glass prism. In our next module, we will have to see real depth and apparent depth of a tank and some more related topics. Okay, bye.